white mid-range. We've got Marauding Raptor and some other cute things here, along with Boros Reckoner to get a little bit extra damage and value off of that. Other than that, we just got a bunch of like reasonable constructed playable cards here with decent interaction. One thing that I actually kind of like is this deck's leveraging Reckless Rage. This is a card that's like very impressive when we play it in the Feather deck, even when we don't draw it with Feather. Just easily the most efficient piece of removal we have in this format outside of Fatal Push. So let's go ahead and dive on into some matches here with this one and see how it goes. As always, you're welcome to tell me I'm wrong, but if you don't tell me why you think I'm wrong, you're going to get a 10-minute break. The real Dr. Destroyer, thanks for the half a year. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Basically, the one philosophical point of difference that I differ from Wizards of the Coast R&D and apparently a lot of people in the Magic community is I think things need to have consistency. You need the fact that like the Heliod Ballista versus Saheeli Cat combo is a good example of this. If the Saheeli Cat combo is not okay, then by extension, this Heliod combo is also not okay. And if the Heliod combo is okay, let us play with the Cat combo. They said in the announcement today they were not preemptively banning that, Alex Jet. They said they were going to wait and see how the first couple of events played out. Which again, I think is a mistake. But that is definitely a design/format management philosophy where I differ with them. Your site says it's okay to change a deck, but it's okay to change my Jund deck submission from Golgari plus Rakdos Red. If you are changing the archetype of the deck you've submitted, I would ask that you clear it with me first, because if someone else has donated to bump your deck up, you can't change the archetype because somebody else donated to see a specific archetype played. However, if no one else has donated to something, I don't care, go hog wild. But if your art intend to change the archetype with the change you're making, you should clear it with me first. Not banning anything until it's... That's not true, Mathematic. They frequently ban things that they think will be the next problem. So you are incorrect that that's what they do. So now, one thing that's a little bit awkward, where I'm not certain if this is a worthwhile inclusion in this deck, is Marauding Raptor kills the egg token. So like my Phoenix can't die for free here, which kind of sucks. War Hero, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Thanks for keeping me employed this month with that. Slippity Slip, thanks for the half a year of support. That's what you call a combo? Yeah, something like that. All right, I'm going to chump block here, and I'm going to put this here. I think it doesn't matter and we're dead, but, you know. Sure, they did wait and see what happens with Cat combo, but in general, that is not something they always do. So again, I'm talking about consistency across the board and applying things in a uniform manner. Oh, we're playing against, I just noticed, the account name we're playing against is Watsy Writer PVDRR, which I believe is Paulo Vito Damaderosa, I would imagine, right? I get to bring in Deck and Stone and Cast Out. Reckless Rage, I think, is actually pretty reasonable here. Wild Slash is probably fine. Hour of Devastation could be good, but it might be a little slow. I think Gideon Blackblade is exceptionally bad here. When we're playing defense, they can just attack him down. Adanto Vanguard, also not stellar when we're playing defensively. Need one more trim here. I put my red-black deck on hold. Well, I mean, how long do you need to evaluate it? Because I'm not planning to revisit Historic for like a minimum of a week. So do you need more than a week? Yeah, anybody playing Magic on a budget is likely going to want to hold off on those cards. There's no scheduled ban for people saying, do we have to wait for the next scheduled one? Those don't exist anymore. There's no more schedule. Maybe I'm not supposed to play this here. Maybe I'm supposed to just go tap land so I can Clarion next turn, potentially. Well, I like how it puts the cards on either side of the Ensoul. It's a good clean live in. So Boros Reckoner, whenever it deals damage, whenever it takes damage, it deals that much damage to any target. So if they attack with their 5/5 here, I get to block it, and then the Boros Reckoner trigger will kill their 5/5. We now live in a constant state of emergency. Yeah, they can literally ban it like the Monday after any event. So there is that. There's always a schedule. Every Monday is ban day. And the bannings will continue until morale improves. Here's a real question, because I don't know the answer to this. How do other card games manage that? Does Hearthstone have specific days in advance where they announce rebalances? Does Yu-Gi-Oh? What do other, does Pokemon, are there scheduled days they just like do as needed? Are we moving to the norm? So, do I Clarion here and kill the Beaumont Courier? Is that crazy? I'm going to attack with Boros Reckoner, and I think I'm going to Clarion post-combat. I probably could have hit with Raptor too. Probably missed 2 points of damage there. Yu-Gi-Oh! Has semi-scheduled ones. They give a time frame of no sooner the next day. It's an interesting way to do it. Yes, yeah, the Reckoner trigger gained us 3 there because it had lifelink from Clarion. Is exactly correct. Running with scissors, yep. I think I'm going to cash this Phoenix in to gain 3. If they have a burn spell to kill the token, they have a burn spell to kill a token. It's 1 less burn spell for our face. If they kill the token, then they're not holding up Stubborn Denial, which is valuable. Deck the halls with bowels of stone coil. Fa la 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 la. Am I dead? We're just getting double shrapnel blasted. Their last 2 cards are just double shrapnel blast. Never not dead to double shrapnel blast. Feels magic, man. Feels magic, man. Allow me to 10 you. Yikes. Was there an article posted about this deck that I missed? I feel like I missed something. Very, very clearly, chat, there is strong empirical evidence that the entirety of the Pioneer metagame is blue, red, and soul, thus it is too powerful and needs to be banned. You're not wrong, Scholar. Double in soul, double in soul, double blast is definitely the upper echelon of their average hand. Reckless rage. Some things die while others feel the pain. Reckless rage. I'm happy our friendly opponents are helping us get to historic sooner. Lol. Am I gonna make a video about my thoughts on the bans for YouTube? Nah. They banned cards that have been long overdue for bannings. All there really is to say. What more is there to say? I hope they give us more toys back. Just get to keep saying the same thing I've been saying for forever. Please give me more toys. Raptor, Trigger, Boros Reckoner is kind of great. It's the part where they in-soul and then smack us for 7. If anything extra I would have axed. No, I don't think so. I actually think Mycos and Flatus is just an incredibly good ban. I think that's like a next level ban that I'm really pleased with. I'm excited for Matter Reshaper to return to the dark hole it belongs in. Are we dead? I don't have any lines that end up with me being not dead here, right? I just like have to attack with both of these and hope they block this. Alright, let's board the same way we just boarded. Bring in a bunch of interaction. Lattice is the kind of ban you only know needs to happen if you can see all the data. Yeah, I think it's a good assessment. It's one that's hard to see if you don't have all the information in front of you. Wizards is the only one with all that information. So we're hoping for a Simian Spirit Guide in 2021, maybe. Maybe. I think I just want to lead on a tapped land here. I could hold up Wild Slash on one, but like I've got Reckoner and I've got the Sweeper, so I'm not really sure if that's a huge priority. It wasn't in the queues crafted. This was a cut the line. Sure. Let's get wacky and wild in here, huh? Played the wrong land on 2. Should have played the Vantage, so when I draw another Vantage, I could play it untapped here. And the question of other TCGs, looked it up, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Doesn't schedule bans, but they set up how long until more bans can happen. So last bans were on 10/9/19 and won't be able to ban again until today. Interesting. So, looking for threats at this point. What's a worst case scenario here? They could go 4th land, Scissors on the Citadel, and then Ghost Fireblade it. Best strategy against Texas with green, black, oven. Yeah, just try and be a bad aggro deck. The matchup's probably pretty close to unwinnable if I had to venture a guess. Alright, with the Declaration in Stone drawn, I'm actually going to go ahead and Hour here and kill both of these. Like in Deck in Stone, the Darksteel Citadel. If I hadn't drawn another way to kill an animated Citadel, I would definitely just Clarion there to kill the skilled animator. But because I have a way to kill the Citadel when it gets legs, I think I want to take my 2-for-1. So we get to sit here and 1-for-1 them a little bit, but the problem is, without a threat, they eventually just draw out of it. There's a good chance their deck has more threat density than ours does. They about to Scissors a clue. Well, you know. This is the part where they sacrifice this next clue. Oh, it's a token. I was about to say they're going to sacrifice the clue that I'm about to give them and then shrapnel blast me. Can I get a threat? Okie doke. Where are my castles? Where are my Needle Spires, chat? The Royal Scions. Woof. Red Castle incoming. Ain't that the truth? Should be more specific. Feels magic, man. I mean, they always had the blast, right? Listen, chat, we're dead on board, okay? Our only out was Moto. Moto being Moto was the out. Maybe we will still get to 2 historic decks today. Maybe we will still get to 2 historic decks today. Thanks for the 35 months, Bulletproof Pope. I appreciate you keeping me around. Think we bought him Castle. Oh, Scions can't buff Coil. That's a good call. It's a good call. My lukewarm take on the modern bannings is that Opal being banned is way bigger a deal than Oko. Oh, we found our way into the assault formation bracket, chat. It's been a while since I've been down in the assault formation bracket. UT Corrosion, thank you for the 14 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. This gives their creatures assigned damage equal to their toughness. Can let their defenders attack on occasion. If you're on a desktop computer, CK Lau, you can click on the subscribe button or the resub button. It'll tell you when your Prime comes up. So I always, like, I have a Prime sub that I use every month too. I always check what day it's up and then set a reminder on my Google Calendar. Well, they could have eaten Raptor there, right? Kinda? I would have gotten my bird back. Clarion, my wayward son, there'll be peace when you are gone. I should have attacked first, but I didn't. Gangarade, thank you for the 5 months. Welcome back. Meddling Mage only stops you from casting exactly the spell that was named. They about to deck in stone my eggs? Don't deck in stone my eggs. Have a heart. Have a heart. Don't deck and stone my eggs. Don't do it. Don't do it. Whew. Nah, deck and stone doesn't give you clues for tokens. We still would have been clueless. Pioneer staple Dragon's Eye Savants. Okay. Oh, that's true. We could brew Hellion combo in Modern too. Collected Company finds Spike Feeder and Heliod, which is kind of sick. I'm gonna stomp Watley here. Smack them for 8 in the air. Play this out as a blocker. Yeah, Finks and a sack outlet also works. Hey, Vicarian, thank you for the 12 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I'm gonna block like this. We'll pump up Adanto. Do they have a way to not be dead in the air? Someone should tell Mean Bean that the mill deck was really good this morning. Was very surprised at how good it was. So, our damage-based removal seems pretty bad here. Glorybringer at the top end, probably fine. Hour's probably not good enough. Cut Reckless Rage and Wild Slash. Maybe Bonecrusher's not good enough. Reckless Rage does kill deputies. Maybe I just leave a pair of those in. Let's try this. Chewy! Thank you for the 12 entire months of support. Let's get you started to go with that shield. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. They missed an attack with this last turn, right? Or making a food, sorry. He just didn't activate it for some reason. They have another Spell Queller here. I get into a little bit of trouble because I paid for and didn't really need to. But I think this is correct. Oh, right. Yeah, that's the thing that can happen. The people saying you can just play removal, it's fine. If that was true, Splinter Twin and Saheeli Cat combo would both be legal. So it's very nonsensical in terms of huge misunderstanding of how these things actually work. Just be like, the combo dies to removal, it's fine. So next turn, we can Reckless Rage, Boros Reckoner, kill the Spell Queller, get our Raptor back. Reckoner trigger kills Gilded Goose. It's pretty good. Okay, so I have to get like settle the wreckage here. I am. All right, so we're gonna say this, shoot this. I'm about to like end their whole career here. Then this trigger will shoot this. We'll get Raptor back. We'll cast this. So that happens. Then we'll Bonecrusher Giant this. Which puts the Reckoner into play, which triggers Raptor, which triggers Reckoner, which kills the Goose. Yeah, if you're interested in swapping out a deck that you have in the queue, you should send me an email from the address that you donated from, so I can make sure you're swapping out a deck that you actually submitted. Hey, Boneless, thank you for the 22 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. It was an above average turn. Oh, right. I didn't need to tap. Right? Sure. I can guess this too, I guess. It's like, why is it making me pay? I floated 5 mana. Only cost 4. Hey, rookie MVP. Thanks for re-upping for the 2nd month. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Bakasen, thanks for cashing in for the 10th month. Happy Monday, folks. Hope your weekends went well. For folks who are my regulars here, as a heads up, my schedule's a little bit different this week. It is on my website, and I tweeted it as usual. But we're going to be doing Pioneer and Legacy all day tomorrow. And then Wednesday, I'm taking off. And then Thursday is the new set release. We'll be doing a bunch of standard Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm going to be working over the weekend this weekend. Is it worth exerting here so they can't block? No, I don't think so. Good lord, they have a second settle? Vomit. Well, you know, here we are. Maybe I'm supposed to hold one thing back there. Maybe. They're down. They're down to 2 cards in hand, so like, unless they have a third settle, we're still in a pretty fine spot here. Silly opponent, you activated my trap card. They have Assault Formation here. Oh, this costs 3 mana to pump. What did I think this cost? What did I think this cost 2? Yeah, whatever. It doesn't really matter. They have a bunch of food here, so being overly aggressive doesn't seem particularly good. Although maybe I'm supposed to rage before damage there. Bouncing that doesn't really accomplish a whole lot here. Castle's actually a good draw. It's a card that lets us punish them for having settled the wreckage just twice. Gosh, they are determined to keep this Phoenix out of play, huh? Fat bottom band, something like that. Hey, look at that. Another land that does stuff. Yay, lands that are spells. Yay, spell lands. Avacyn does trigger off of tokens. I don't know, maybe I'm supposed to force the issue there. I guess because I took the damage from their thing earlier, I have to trade Avacyn for Gilded Goose here now, huh? Alright, well, it's a pretty good draw too. It's about to ship, right? Ship it. Do 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 do. Boo do do pew pew. I can activate Needle Spires, activate Castle, activate other Castle still. That's so great. Actually, just got done with my lunch. I'm gonna run and brush my teeth really quick and put my Invisalign back in before we play the next one. Be back in like 60 seconds. Thanks for hanging out, folks. These people are great. Buy their stuff. Hey, thanks everyone for hanging out. Sorry about that. Figure I spent over $3,000 on the Invisalign. I should make sure I take care of them and do it the correct way. Okay, I'm actually gonna say, do people like my fleece Batman pajamas? Normally I get like, I've been like getting like actually dressed and like, normally I wear like a polo and like put jeans on, but today I'm definitely in equivalent of sweatpants and a hoodie. Thanks for the 1.5 years of support, Tilly. I appreciate that. Welcome back. That's true, Sly Croissant. Your Twitch Prime and sub dollars turned into eventual straight teeth for me. I even took Declan to daycare dressed like this morning. It was great. At least you're wearing pants. It's a low bar. Sweet. Hopefully they play Grimflayer here and I have to like play Boros Reckoner and shoot it. That'll work too. Some kind of enchantment deck here. Yeah, it's funny after doing these and like what you have to do for them to like actually get it to work. I would never get a kid or a teenager Invisalign. I guess children don't need braces generally speaking. I would not trust a not adult to commit to doing it. You're supposed to ideally wear them like 22 hours a day or something like that. I'm from Arizona and I've traveled to Chicago from February 2 to 5. Well, right now it's unseasonably warm. So it might not be too bad for you. Something, climate change, something. You don't let teenagers do Invisalign at your practice. Yeah, that's probably smart. He's a cam whore, so that's like his uniform. You're not wrong. Oh, I didn't need to play the untapped land there, right? Because it only costs 2 to play the actual creature. I think Mono Black Devotion will be a thing. Yeah, will probably be playable in every format where Grey Merchant's legal. Grey Merchant has even had some fringe decks play it in Pioneer as well. You're having Snow Nados. Snow Nados are scary. Kind of punished for playing Bonecrusher out. I guess I'm just supposed to keep attacking here. I guess. The classic Midwest thunder snow. It's like thunder and snow together. There's a staunch Fox News Republican at work who keeps trying to drag me into political conversations. How do I avoid earbuds? Is earbuds the answer? You can wear earbuds even when you're not listening to music. What type of sharks do you find in a snow NATO? Asking the real questions. Okay, so they're up to 8 here, and they're going to be forced to do some chump blocking. I guess they could double block, theoretically, too. Clarion's been kind of awkward in this deck. Like, I know it's, like, kind of okay with Reckoner, but, like, with Marauding Raptor and, like, Bonecrusher and Rekindling Phoenix, it's really not felt that stellar. They have 5 cards in their hand. If they have, like, a Spear of Safety, we could be in a lot of trouble. You live in Kentucky, Punchworthy. That's so happy sad for you. It means you get to vote against Mitch McConnell, which I would be excited to vote against Mitch McConnell. Sanguine Blood. Okay. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. Did we just get combo killed? I think we just got combo killed. I ain't even mad. I'm not mad. I'm kind of impressed. Kind of impressed. The old 18 ball use. Sanguine Bond. Oketra's Last Mercy. Punk you out. O-U-T out. Get punked, chat. Get punked. Where's Ashton Kutcher? Point him out for me. Don't just like cometh at me, and we were unable to. This is Pioneer Death Shadow. He's behind you! Ah! Should have life-linked? Yeah, maybe. Maybe he shouldn't have paid 4 for the Vanguard. So here's a real question, Dallas Sooner. How is having a royal family any different than billionaires? Like, it's all the same, right? It's just like piles of inherited nonsense that people with privilege have. It's like exactly the same, right? So I guess you could say if we're against billionaires, it's easy to be against, like, random royal families. Would Reckoner be fine in Feather and Pioneer? What problem does Feather have that's solved by that? As always, identify a problem, find solutions. Don't just add random bad cards to your deck. As long as there's no specifically granted political power, there's no real difference between royals and, like, the Gates of Walton Jagger. That. What did they just take? They just miss. They got a Sanguine Bond. They ditched an Oketra, sure. To keep lifelinking this, we should be able to just race them pretty adequately this game. Although I suppose they could have some kind of sweeper. Their deck definitely seems a little controlling. I guess they had a number of creatures last game too. The difference is the royal family produces money for the UK, whereas billionaires don't pay taxes they contribute. I think nothing useful is a stretch. Amazon, speaking as someone who couldn't survive without 2-day shipping, Amazon does provide a useful service. Even if their practices to deliver that useful service are less than ideal. Both the control decks we played this morning were actually great, Fox. The blue-black mill control was surprisingly fantastic. Definitely going to be the deck of the day. I could just go to the store. Every time I go to a store to purchase something, I'm in that store for approximately 3 minutes before instant regret sets in. I have to find what I need, and then I have to track down a person to have them help me find what I need. Take it from me, chat. Don't work at Amazon warehouse. Yeah, a lot of the not so great things from those have been heard. Haven't been to a store in over 2 years. I envy you. Every time my wife sends me to Walmart, I remind her that it is a token of how much I truly love her that I'm willing to walk into Walmart for her. If I was not married, I would never set foot in that store. All right, so we get to Mountain, Reckoner trigger, shoot the idol on here. Oh yeah, that comment is peak privilege, Brad. You're not wrong. It's still the reality of my life though. That's true, actually. The last time Christy sent me to Walmart, they had a little kiosk, and I walked in, and I scanned a barcode, and a locker opened behind me, and it had all of the stuff in the locker ready to go. That was pretty close to, like, 2-day shipping level of convenience. Masterminds acquisition, yep. Do I watch South Park? I do not. I don't really follow TV shows that you have to like follow. I'm a millennial. I binge watch things on Netflix or other similar streaming services. I'm currently a third of the way through season 4 of The Magicians. Kaya's Wrath. Gross. Maybe I should have expected that. I should just like hard up at Avacyn. They did just like Tutor. I did finish the Marvel movies. They're great. I think the latest Spider-Man reboot is my favorite from everything in the MCU so far. Doctor Strange is a close second, though. The Magicians look interesting, but I haven't made the play. The Magicians is like M-rated Harry Potter meets Narnia. The Magician's got dark. It does get dark. That is accurate. It does get dark. I think I'm just banging this Herald of the Pantheon here. Because, like, even if they have another sweeper next turn, like, the Phoenix survives the sweeper, so I don't really feel compelled to hold up Avacyn at this point. The Magician's book had me hooked until the graphic rabbit sex scene. I can't say that one made it into the movie, went into the TV series. Mana Confluence getting in for a couple extra points of damage here. So outside of the game that we got punked out by their combo, this has felt pretty okay for us. Oh, okay, so that's just like a reset button? Sure. So their lands don't untap here. So I think I just Bonecrusher their face and then play Bonecrusher and then they're dead, right? We just like stomp you, play my 4/3, and then I can fire up Needle Spires next turn and bang any blocker they play because Oketra's Last Mercy means their lands aren't untapping. There. Random gain 12 or whatever, not good enough by a lot. All right. Look at that, chat. Don't call it a comeback. After losing to running blue-red scissors decks, we are now 2-2. Find that delicious burrito matchup here at the end of the rainbow. I keep getting emails that there's deck submissions, and there still aren't standard submissions. Man, I'm interested to see what viewer counts and interest looks like for this weekend. I would not be surprised if next week we're back to pretty much just historic in Moto. Kinda Ace Tiger. Like, those effects all have, like, better versions of themselves that don't have that clause that cost more mana. And, like, if you're playing them with fires, you can play the ones that cost more mana. So, in my opinion, the fundamental problem with the current standard format, what makes it so unenjoyable in terms of gameplay patterns, is that traditional aggro and traditional mid-range decks basically don't exist in the current standard format. The aggro deck that's competitive in standard right now is basically a pseudo combo deck with Embercleave and Rotting Regisaur. Yeah, I don't like... I saw some people talking about Theros looking really overpowered, and, like, maybe I'm wrong, but so far looking at it, it does not seem like it's that pushed, or like it's going to have that much of an impact. Have a good one, Pino. And we'll see. As always, I plan to go with what the viewers want. Nissa. Nissa is the offensive card. When they banned Field of the... Before they banned Field of the Dead, I went on record saying that only banning Field of the Dead would be a mistake and that Nissa also needed to go. And I think that's still true today. Got some exile removal in my sideboard here. We've got some rest in pieces too, so maybe we can have a shot here. The Adanto Vanguard and Deafening Clarions have felt really awkward in this deck. I feel like this deck's like not quite aggressive enough to really leverage Vanguard appropriately. Okay, well, you have to have this on defense at least. Block's okay. Maybe while this holds the ground, we could draw some other, or holds the board down, we can draw some other gas here. Okay, so I assume we're going to see a second piece of removal next turn then? Yeah, the permit command allows people to post links if they normally couldn't post links. We just have, like, actual moderators, so links are enabled. Yeah, I agree, Myth. I also think they could make Standard better just by unbanning Field of the Dead. I think putting Field back into the format, so Oko plus Nissa, like, aggro decks can naturally prey on Field of the Dead, and they can't naturally prey on other things that exist in the format, like Nissa. Another bird here is great. I think I play defense for a turn here. I guess if I attack with both of these, they're dead in the air next turn. If they fire up both Mutavaults and attack for 8, I'm still not dead, right? I think I just hit them and try and race here. Phoenix is a really good card. This card's one of the reasons why I like the blue-red Eldrazi deck. I think flyers are good in this format, and this is a very resilient flyer. You don't, Time Lord. If someone can't look back at Modern and figure it out, don't waste your breath. Ah, the Desperation activation. Does Yarok work with the Titan's Trigger? Of course. Thank you for the blue-red Flash Historic Streams. Was able to take 8 wins in my run in the Historic Challenge event this weekend. Nice, Bright Star. Congrats. Alright. Deck-in Stones and Cast Outs. Oh my. Vanguards and Gideon's not good against aggro. I've got Vanguard and Gideon almost every match we've played. It's been a little awkward. I don't know that I want Glorybringer here. Probably not. Yeah, let's submit like this. Raptor's actually pretty good in this matchup too, just because like a 2/3 is pretty good against all their 2-power attackers. Balasar, thank you for the 10 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. This hand's fine. We only have 4 Wild Slashes and 1 drops. This hand goes 2, 3, 4. So definitely in the range of keepable. With Yarok, do I have to sack my Titan twice? Something like that. Get Stompy all over this night here. How does the Raptor know that the Phoenix Egg is not a dinosaur? Well, I assume it cracks it open. Is the appropriate answer, huh? No turn 2 play here is absurd for us. We might be en route to sneaking out this, I'm gonna go ahead and just 1-for-1 this Clarion here because, again, it's super awkward with a lot of my creatures, so I'm just gonna, like, get this in, spend my mana, keep clearing the board. With the announcement that they're not preemptively banning Ballista, the price on Ballista can basically only go in one direction, chat. If you already have Ballistas and don't plan on playing them with Heliod, I would highly recommend selling now. This is the peak for sure. I have so many other threats here. I'm just going to go ahead and block. If they want to spend a removal spell on the egg, that's fine. Means they're not adding more pressure to the table this turn. I love unregulated stock markets. Yep. I imagine the peak for... If you want to sell out at the peak for Walking Ballista, I imagine the peak will be the week leading into will be the week leading into the Pro Tour. Yeah, we're gonna play Esper Control after this deck. All the good nuts. We're gonna end on a historic deck for the day. So I assume they have another removal spell here to deal with the egg. Sure. Yep. We just have so much threat density left here. We're in a pretty good spot. This Aurelia attacks for 4. Gives herself Vigilance and Trample. Next turn she can Mentor onto Reckoner. Kalitas is pretty good. That's a card that could drag them back into this game. I suppose it makes sense that they're going bigger into that. Maybe I should be boarding in my Glorybringers in this matchup, or my Chandras, maybe both. Deafening Clarion, again, looking very awkward here, even against an aggro deck. It's actually, the Deafening Clarion is 2 points short of lethal, which is kind of funny, I guess. Might be able to punk them out with the Clarion. And the double Clarion and double Reckoner. Oh, I could have used the Clarion to kill Cletus. That is a good thought. After I put the counter on it, I could have Clarioned and then done 4 to Kalitas. Yeah, that was the line. That was definitely the line. I missed that. Oh, yeah, it would only be 3 unless I killed... I just clicked through that. God bless America. Well, I meant to attack with Bonecrusher too, but I was reading and counting. There's been some slops in this game, chat. Slops might let our opponent get back in here, huh? Unfortunate. This should be attacking. So they're gonna animate, Mutavault, and then sack it. The first strike doesn't matter, chat. Or they conceded. Sure. So their hand must have been all bricks. All right. Played super sloppy, didn't get punished. So, anywho, thoughts on this. My big takeaway from playing this was Raptor plus Reckoner and Reckless Rage plus Reckoner were both very reasonable. Rekindling Phoenix is just a stellar card in this format in general. I wouldn't be surprised if the big red decks are supposed to explore this one a little bit more. These cards were all very awkward. All of these didn't really seem particularly exciting. And I feel like it's very likely that this deck's kind of just a worse version of the big red decks that are running around. Like, the aspects of what felt good here are basically big red adjacent. So, would they work with Feather? Why is that useful? What problem does Feather have that you're solving by winning with Boros Reckoner? So, overall, made it out with the 3-2, but these felt a little bit lackluster, and the cards that were good were definitely good because they're good in the big red deck as well. What you're saying to me is maybe there's an Enrage payoff, in a color other than white to get up. I think even just in red, in the red decks, Enrage is probably fine as well. All right, so what are we doing? I'm going to hit a quick ad roll while we get set up. We're going to wrap up on one historic deck on Magic Arena here today. We got some Esper Control lined up for that format. I'll be back in just a few. Thanks for hanging out today, folks.